Hello everyone. Hey, welcome to Redline Diecast Cars. Well, we're going to try something a little bit different this week Tuesday coming up on March 7th starting at 6:30 Central on a Facebook site called Studio-Redline. We're going to be running a variety of vintage toys. You know, every once in a while I run, besides Redlines, Matchbox, and some early Redlines, some black walls, some carded stuff, and I thought I would put a smorgasbord of vintage toys so that if you have some slots in your collection, perhaps there's some areas that you need to upgrade, or maybe you just like to go down memory lane and remember playing with some of these beautiful crafted once in a lifetime type of vintage toys. We're going to kick it off with this trio of open wheels during the super fast time with Matchbox. You notice that the Texaco number 11 is a little different. It's got the Marlboro on the wing versus the Texaco number 11 with the Champion spark plugs insignia tastefully applied to the wing, and then the Team 8 Matchbox. What a dream team, huh? And then, like I said, we're gonna spread the fun around and include black walls, like I said, red lines. You can see the wheel riders that I'm putting up here. Notice those two Jeeps. The wheel riders had a couple different variations, the white rims and the gray rims. Look at your collection, see what you're missing. Perhaps you need to upgrade. And the insignias themselves, just to tick off, just a little bit different, as well as the interior colors. So these are the things that I look at when I'm looking to maybe mix it up a little bit. You know, you're thinking about perhaps just the red lines, but then realize that, you know what, there's a whole nother adventure out there with this theme, if you will, of toys. Each one of the cars I'm putting up right now, these black walls, they're all represented in the Redline era, and you know that, right? The super van with the flames, the Gremlin grinder in chrome, and also the green Gremlin grinder, but now this is the black wall version. And then, of course, the Fire Chief Cruiser, the 442, in the black wall version. And then, just to sort of make sure you're on your toes here, I couldn't help myself. I thought what would be kind of cool is to show a trio of Red Barons. The black wall, the original Redline, and then the black wall, you had a couple different styles or finishes of the red paint. In this case, you can see obviously the chromy helmet difference versus a little bit of a corrosion or a toned helmet. But notice the glossy enamel on the black wall, the glossy enamel red paint versus the dull red paint on the other black wall. And then that beautiful original early Red Baron with the Spectraflame red. Just beautiful. I'm also going to do a continuation here of the story here, but some red lines. We're going to put some nice red lines into the mix. I thought, why don't we run some of the cars that sometimes elude collectors because of the cost. So I thought that I'd give you an opportunity to maybe add a couple of nice red lines and not break the bank, right? You don't want to do that. No. You want to be able to enjoy the hobby and still capture some nice castings. So, why not an olive bug or a gold bug? The custom AMX and lime, really nice, Torero as an example. And then some of these things are very elusive. The red line of the Teetotaler, a little bit worn, but still not a bad looking car for as tough as it might be. But there again, there's your opportunity to, snag a red line and save some money. You know, that's the name of the game. It is for me. I know it is for you too. You know, you're looking to, you know, squeeze that dollar for every penny you can, and I'm right with you. I'm in lockstep with you. There's no doubt about it. I We're all on budgets, and you know, some of us are really squeezed. So I thought, you know what? Why not make it a little bit easier on the budget, and just have some fun along, you know, just for the heck of it, right? So you can see I'm putting some really beautiful Matchbox gems on there. Look at those. Man, they're shiny and they're beautiful. You know, I got a thrill driver. That's going to be a black wall. And then we're going to do, you know, I mentioned this during my live auction the other night, that in my profile picture that you'll see is going to include, we're going to have buttons galore. I'm going to have plastic buttons. These are the original Mattel Redline era buttons that you can scoop up. You know, you've got the crew car, but you don't have the button as an example. You know, maybe it's time to grab a couple of buttons and include those next to your beautiful Redline. So along with those are going to be, well, you're going, well, with Jim, what about the Ford Mark IV, remember that pink one you've always wanted? There it is. Or the Peeping Bomb. What a beaut. Oh man, you know, the Redline era, never to be repeated, right? What can you say? It was a time when we're playing, we're sharing, we're racing, you know, the whole shebang in the neighborhood. You know, when the kids didn't have the internet and they didn't have the addictions, so to speak, right now to grab their attention. You know, you grabbed your bike, you grabbed your toys, and you went over and you played, and your imagination went wild like it should be. And I wish that age would return. I really do. I think we really, you know, miss something when we don't explore our imagination. You know, and that's why I'm running, you know, such a variety tonight. You know, Albert Einstein, in many of his very wisdom, thoughtful quotes, I'm going to paraphrase here, but Albert Einstein said something that really stuck with me. And that is that, you know, you want to read fairy tales to your children. And when you think that they've heard enough, read them more. And there's a lot of wisdom to that when you think about it, because it's our imagination that keeps us alive. You know, when you're looking at, you know, some of these era toys, your imagination was that you were playing bus, right? There were people in this bus. And you set up a little town in your living room, and you played, and, you know, time just went away. And now you reflect back on that, and the Mercedes coach could be a reality to bring back that memory. What, again, I just, what an era, what a time to be alive. I tell you, some of these cars bring back so many memories. How about you? You know, this particular Zodiac, the Ford Zodiac with the tire in the front, you know, how many times was that tire taken out, and you imagined your fairy tale of fixing the flat tire. You know, you're on a journey with the family, and poof, there goes the back tire. But oh, hey, you have the Zodiac, and you're able to, you know, come to the rescue for your family, that you're able to take care of that flat and carry on with your journey, right? Or another one, you know, the Studebaker. How many times was this, you know, the object of your affection and attention when you had this baby come out? And along with that, if you were so lucky to originally get it, it came with the guy with the gun, and he had his puppy. You know, so that's going to be a complete set. That's going to be a complete set along with the original box. Every one of these toys are going to come with the original box. So let the memories let the memories float. One more I want to put on here. Actually, I'll put two more on here, but this is one that always eluded me with having parts that weren't lost. And that this little bugger, the stalwart, right? And the top always missing, right? And not only that, but how the Lesney company had difficulty keeping the tires on. So 9 times out of 10, one of those 6 tires was long gone, right? No, not with this auction. You're going to get it right from the beginning. And one more I'm going to put on here. I know what you're thinking. You're like, I wonder, is Jim going to run the one that I really, really love, the Dodge Wrecker, the Knoll number 13? Well, yes, I am. I'm going to run this one, and it's going to be one of those top shelfers that, again, you know, you're going back, look at these 2 BPs in a row there with original box. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have, let me pull this, I'm going to do a little flyover, if you will. These are some of the other toys that we're going to include in the fun. Again, I sure hope that you can join us. We're going to have a blast. Some of these cards are going to be rippers. What does that mean? That means that you can see that Volkswagen back there. You can probably just, that Dragon, just rip that thing off that card and get it get into a good slot. Check this out. I got the Cobra back there, and that's a real rider, a Cobra real rider. And then another one over there. A beautiful pink Jeep. You know, the got a shell truck back there. There's a California Customs. Anyway, you get the idea. We're gonna have a blast. You know, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I sure hope that you can join us. Much more than I'm not showing on this video because I just don't have enough time. I don't want to, you know, spend a half hour going through all the fun here. But do join us next week, Tuesday, March 7th, starting at 6:30 Central on Studio-Redline. Stop by and get some gems. You know, we have room for you. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and share. And stop in and say hi. And I read every comment. So you got something to say? I'm a listener. My guests come first, and that would be you. Until then, hope to see you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.